Money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
We can talk, but money talk, so talk more.
Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show.
Baby, I got your money.
Welcome to the Ash Cash Show every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you go to the Ash Cash Show, subscribe to the podcast. Go to AshCashTV.com, subscribe to your YouTube channel. I'm feeling good, feeling great, man. Like I woke up with a couple of messages. So there's a couple of things sort of like blurring at me. First and foremost, yo, make sure your spoiledness is in the building. YouTube, check it. Look. Make sure y'all go get From the Block to the Bank. Yo, this is a special edition, right? This is a special edition of From the Block to the Bank. This is my greatest creation, I believe. I believe, you know what I mean, beside my kids, this is my greatest creation. Like I feel good. Like this is the hardcover. It's my first time doing a hardcover. First time ever having a story about me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, when I tell you this is packed with nuggets, like I'm talking about nuggets, right? So look, so just so y'all see, right? Like I ain't skip a beat. So like the whole book is like a masterclass almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Like it's like a master. Oh, you see it's like a masterclass in here. Like you take notes in here. I give you 40 principles. You see what this is? You know what I'm saying? I got my own money. But I give you 40 principles. Right, on how to maximize your full potential. Like all of this is like you know what I'm saying? And then this is the story. So start with the story. Look, I got the timeline and everything. Fast shout out to my guy Ramaya Trask. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? I got the timeline in here, everything. If this book don't inspire you, and I'm not saying it because it's just me. If this book don't inspire you, then I don't know what else. I don't know what to tell you. Yo, go from the block to the bank.com. Right? From the block to the bank.com. Special edition. You can get this now. Paperback, digital copy, audio. You're not getting that till the 16th of November. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting that for another month and a half. And so what I'm saying is, go from the block to the bank.com, order this, right? So you can have the special one. Then, and is better than all. We're abundant thinkers, right? Go from the block to the bank.com and order this right now. Then once you do that, go to Amazon and go place an order for like the digital copy, order the paperback copy. And then once you order it, right? Send me a link to let me know you ordered it, and I'll actually send you the link to the book so you can start reading it now. I'll send it to you now. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, right? I woke up feeling all right. So here's this analogy I want y'all all to get, right? I woke up thinking about winning, you know, to be honest, right? I woke up thinking about winning, you know, and as I woke up and I was thinking about winning, I thought about all the negative thoughts that go in your head, all the negative people, all the negative thoughts, all of like the things that come at you, like when you right when you're about to win. Like right when you're about to win, everything gets thrown at you, plus the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the way it is, I think, you know. Especially if you're looking forward to this win. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if, you know, it's an incremental win, right? Like let's say you winning already, and you know there's incremental wins, there's things that's happening that's adding to your wins. That's cool. Normally you cool with those. You know what I'm saying? Like normally the incremental wins, nothing really happens with the incremental wins. But then there's these wins that will like take your stuff over the top. Like there's certain levels of wins that'll just push you to the next level, like that'll change your life. Like the transitional wins. That's the wins I'm talking about. I'm talking about the transitional win. The transitional win where, it's about to push you over the top. It almost seems like when the transitional wins start to happen, everything gets thrown at you. You know what I'm saying? Like negativity, negative thoughts, your own, all of that starts getting thrown at you. And, people start telling you you're not supporting them enough, or, people are trying to pull you in a different direction when you're going in a different, you know what I mean? And so I thought about that and I was like, yo, somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this. Because let me see if Abraham could tell us better. We're going to start here. This is where we're going to start.
You are now tapped in and tuned in. MyLifeRadio.com.
But when it's people that are close to you and they're not very happy, and you want them to be happy, and they're just not being happy, and maybe they're ill or they're in pain or suffering of some sort, and you might be spending all your time with them, how do you stay in the right place and in alignment, even though they're not, even with the conversations you kind of get?
First of all, if you're spending all of your time with them, you're screwed. Because you're not giving yourself an opportunity to come back into alignment. Dart in, take all you can take, and then meditate yourself back into receptive mode. Then dart in, take all that you can take, and then dart out and meditate yourself back into receptive mode. In other words, why would you ask yourself, especially after the conversation that we just had,
hey, my guy
why
JD
would
is
you
in the
ask
building.
of yourself
Salute, my
to
guy.
defy the laws of the universe? Why would you say, I have the ability to see you in your sadness and in your unhappiness and it not affect my vibration? That's just not a possible thing. If you know they're sad, then you're sad about them being sad and you're not in alignment. And so sometimes you want to, your impulse is to not be there because your natural instinct, whether you admit it or not, is to feel good. Your natural instinct is to gravitate towards
Natural
what feels
instinct is to
good.
feel good, y'all.
Then you feel guilty because so often you've decided that if somebody else doesn't feel good, then you need to be there and help them feel better. But here, how that defies the step 1 and the step 3 part of the deliberate creative process. If they don't feel good and you're watching them not feel good, then you're all in step 1 and nobody's in step 3. And step 1 is you're asking, but the problem is when you're asking from an awareness of the problem, you're vibrating with
Sis
the problem.
Tony is in the
That's
building.
why sometimes prayers work and sometimes they don't. And when they don't work, it's because you're praying for something that you don't want to go away. You are focused upon the unwanted thing. And you cannot focus upon the unwanted thing and diminish it. It will not diminish right before your eyes.
Wait, hold on. You cannot focus on the unwanted thing and diminish it. You cannot focus on the unwanted thing. Like I need y'all to really pay attention because somebody needs to hear this. I need y'all to really, I'm talking about like really, really, really pay attention to what's being said here.
And so what you would want to say to someone who you love and who you want them to know that you love them, you want to say to them, I can't help you when I'm here suffering right alongside of you. And when I'm not with you, then I can more easily see you in a better state of being.
Yep.
And sometimes they are emotionally, we're not talking about physical illness, but sometimes they're emotionally too far gone to hear you. Because there are a lot of people that the more they're suffering, the more they darn well think that you should be right there standing with them suffering too. And if you're not, then you're just not a good friend, when actually the opposite is true. Because law of attraction is about inclusion. There is no exclusion. There is only about attraction. There's no pushing away of anything. And so when you're standing inside awareness of a problem, that's just where you are. You're having a step 1 moment, and that's fine. But don't ask yourself to be in the receptive mode when you're having a step one moment. So then you have to ask yourself, how many step one moments do I need in order to ask for an improvement? Well, not more than you've already got. You've already asked. So now, how are you going to find a way to tune into a frequency that's not only going to help them, but will help you too? How are you going to turn into that frequency? That's like setting your radio dial on a station that plays some sort of music or commentary that you don't like, and just saying, I'm just going to stay here until they change their tune. I'm just going to keep listening until they change their tune. And we say, it might be a while. Or maybe you could change your dial. We're asking all of you, what do you think it is? Let's have a conversation about this. What causes you to lock yourself in to an unwanted situation? And what makes you willing to stay in that unpleasant situation when everything that you know about the laws of the universe tells you that no good will come from that? And so we're just doing another sales job here. We're just wanting to convince you that you've got to care enough about how you feel. Do you understand what we mean by the receptive mode? Do you? Do you get it that you are an extension of source energy, and that source energy is being flowed to you at all times, and that with some subtle tuning that you could be the receiver of it? And do you get it that some situations it's easier for you to receive it than others? We're not asking you to stand in the middle of a big mess and get in the receptive mode. No one can do that. But we're asking you not to stay there all the time. We're asking you to get away from there and get into a quiet place. Quiet your mind. Allow your thoughts to soften. Get into a meditative state. Allow yourself to reconnect with this life-giving resource and source energy. Allow yourself to replenish. Let your vibrational nature begin again. Find the place of no thought, because in the absence of thought, there'll be a pure vibration. A pure vibration, it won't be very invigorating, it won't be very interesting, but it will be pure in that there will be no resistance in it. And if you can stay there for as little as 16, or 1716, or 1716, or 1716, or 716 seconds, another thought like it will join it, and now you've got a little momentum going. And then it's easier still, and easier still, and easier still, until you have stabilized again. And now you're back in your energy stream, back into your knowing of well-being. Now life's going to keep coming to you again. Something else is going to happen, but for that one time in meditation, you will be more stable when it comes than you would have been if you didn't accomplish that, you see. And before you know it, you'll be stable enough that it doesn't matter what's happening, you'll have your sea legs. You'll be stable enough that you'll be anticipating what's coming and you'll be ready for it. You'll be stable enough that your energy connected to source, which is more powerful than we can even find words to describe. You'll find a leverage in your alignment that will allow you stability no matter what's going on.
Stability no matter what's going on.
You don't have to hide from them. You can go to where they are and maintain your stability. And if something extreme happens and you feel your own stability slipping, then you must leave and regain your stability. It's like, anyone had any lifeguard training?
Cassius Bar.
Jerry talked about it a lot. He was a lifeguard in
Lifeguard
on Lake Pontchartrain.
Wait, hold on. But before she give you this bar, let me prep you for this though. Let me prep you for this, right? Man, right? Look, you cannot help anybody. And this like, I know I'm talking to you. I know you're gonna feel this. I know I'm talking to you. You cannot help anybody if you're losing. You cannot help anybody if you are losing. And what do I mean by that? Because right before your win, right before your transitional win, everything is going to start pulling you down. Negative situation, negative thoughts, negative people, everybody. People are gonna notice. The people around you, they're gonna see that you're about to ascend to another level. And because they are afraid that once you get to your level that you're ascending to, that you'll forget about them, that you're not going to support them, that you're not going to come back, whatever is in their head, then they scramble like crazy to hold on. They're gonna try to make you feel guilty for ascending. They're gonna make you feel like, yo, where you going? What you doing? They're gonna make you feel bad. They're gonna say, yo, let's do this together, whatever, right? But you can't help nobody if you're losing. You cannot help nobody if you're losing. So I need you, right? And here's the thing. The gift that you have in you right now, the purpose that you were given, the reason that you're still alive, the reason why you have breath in your body is to maximize your full potential, right? But when you maximize your full potential, you are going to be blessing so many other people, which means what? Which means if you allow yourself to lose, if you allow yourself to not win, you are also, it's not only about you. If you allow yourself not to win, you are also holding back wins for all the people that need you and need your blessing in their life. So why am I saying this? Is that sometimes we look at that one person, right? That loved one, that significant other, that person in your life who is scrambling, trying to hold on to you as you ascend, and you allow yourself to not get to where you're going because you're trying to be supportive, when if you allowed yourself to win, you would be supportive on so many different levels. And so let me tell you, right? Let me tell you, this example that Abraham's about to give is so deep, right? It's like, yo, I'm gonna let her tell it. Then we're gonna talk. We're gonna recap. Listen to this example, and you're gonna get how serious it is for you to allow yourself to win. This is very serious. Like, I had to stop the music for this. I need you to understand this. It is so imperative that you allow yourself to win. Because if you do not allow yourself to win, the casualties is a lot. There will be a lot of casualties. That one person that you're trying to support is holding you back from saving hundreds or thousands or millions. Like, that one person is not worth stopping what God has told you have to do.
And he was told early on, he's a strong swimmer, really good lifeguard. He used to practice saving someone all the time, and Esther said, that's a good thing. It's a really good thing. Because Esther did not see herself as a strong swimmer. And when we get into the ocean, she'd say, let's practice you saving me right away. Let's make sure you've still got it. But his instructor said to him, it's important that if you're in the process of saving someone and they're flailing about and they're taking you down, you may have to let them drown.
You may have to let them drown.
And Jerry said, that's ridiculous.
Whoa.
Why would I become a lifeguard and
Whoa.
let someone drown? And the lifeguard said, well, then you may not live to save another.
You may not live to save
Because
another.
sometimes the flailing about is enough that you cannot maintain your survival under those conditions. Sometimes you just have to save yourself.
Wow.
We don't want to be that dramatic. Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We want to be every bit that dramatic.
Yes.
If you are not selfish enough
If you're not
to
selfish,
secure your footing,
to secure your
in
footing.
the receptive mode, then you don't have anything to give anyone else anyway.
Wait, hold on.
Esther said, that's a good thing.
Wow. Sometimes you're going to have to let them drown. Wow. Hold on, I'm going to play that again. Just for the people in the back. For the people who are, look, this is for, look, multitaskers. My multitaskers, I need you to stop. Multitaskers, stop. Put your phone down. Put it on the stand. My multitaskers, I need you to stop. I need you to stop for a second. It's serious stuff right here. The people in the back, if you didn't hear this message, I need you to stop real quick.
It's a really good thing, because Esther did not see herself as a strong swimmer. And when we get into the ocean, she'd say, let's practice you saving me right away. Let's make sure you've still got it. But his instructor said to him, it's important that if you're in the process of saving someone and they're flailing about and they're taking you down, you may have to let them drown. And Jerry said, that's ridiculous. Why would I become a lifeguard and let someone drown? And the lifeguard said, well, then you may not live to save another. Because sometimes the flailing about is enough that you cannot maintain your survival under those conditions. Sometimes you just have to save yourself. Well, we don't want to be that dramatic. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We want to be every bit that dramatic. If you are not selfish enough to secure your footing in the receptive mode, then you don't have anything to give anyone else anyway. So really, you could develop some very good skills of communication. You could say, I want to stay here, and my old instinct was to stay here because I thought I could make it better. But after this many years of trying to make these situations better and only discovering that I only made them worse, I'm going to take all of my love for you and I'm going to walk out of here right now. And then demonstrate what the aligned you is like and what the not aligned you is like. You might sometimes be the one who's causing the problem. Someone else might be sitting in the chair talking to us about you. Because sometimes there are just things that get you out of balance. But when you are wise enough to know that you are out of balance, say to everyone, I'm out of balance and I'm no good to anyone here. And so if you will excuse me for a little while, I'm going to go off and I'm going to find my balance. And when I do, I'll be back. Then leave and find it and
find your balance
until you do. And those around you will come to appreciate it because you will demonstrate to them so many things. You will demonstrate to them your awareness of where you are vibrationally. You will demonstrate to them your appreciation of them and your wanting to be of value to them. You will demonstrate to them your ability to come back into alignment after being out of alignment. You will demonstrate to them, especially over time, a very steady course. And you will also demonstrate to them an ability to hold your own in situations that formerly were not that easy for you to hold your own. And it is only under these conditions that you will ever be consistently happy in the world. Because nearly everywhere you look, in every particle of every piece of every piece of every piece of every piece, there is wanted and unwanted. And the more you train yourself to the vibration of wanted, then the nicer experience that you're going to have.
Yeah.
If you change your mind,
change your mind. Change your life.
Right Radio, inspiration and motivation 24/7.
Yo, you know, that was in my heart, yo, because I see it all the time, and I experience it sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the transitional win, not the continuous win, right? Like you know, we win every day, right? You woke up this morning, that was a win. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what you got. You got health in your body, right? You like there's these wins that you're gonna get. But I feel like, yo, whenever the transitional wins start to happen, right? The wins in which this is your first time doing something, or the win that'll take you to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like when the transitional wins start to happen, it's like, man, everything. I'm talking about everything gets thrown at you, and you know it's usually you know, negativity, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's usually negativity. And I just want to be clear, though. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be clear that as things are being thrown at you, as negativity is happening, as you're being I'll give you this example, and I think I used this example before, but here's an example, right? Here's an example. Is if anybody ever played any video games as a kid, I haven't played video games in a while. So I really can't tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't tell you how, how games are right now, right? But if you think about the Mario Brothers, everybody, I don't know if everybody played Mario Brothers. Think about the Mario Brothers, right? Think about playing Mario Brothers, right? And when you first start off, it's easy. No big deal. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? You beating all the boards, you're getting everywhere you need to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no big deal. But every time you're about to go to another level, right? Every time you're about to go to another level, every time it doesn't fail. Every time you're about to go to another level, the villains get more vicious. The obstacles get more difficult. The adversity, everything gets thrown at you. Like there's like it's happening faster. Like it's like every time you're about to get to another level. Every time you're about to get to another level, it gets more difficult and it gets more difficult and it gets more difficult. Right? And I want you to be clear on why that happens, right? Is right, music gets more intense, right? Everything gets thrown at you, like it's like, whoa, hold on, right? And why is that happening? Because the truth of the matter is that there are forces that don't want to see you get to the next level. That's just it. There's forces in play. Sometimes you are one of them, though. So I don't even want to act like it's only outside forces. Sometimes there's internal forces, right? Sometimes there's internal forces that get in the way, right? Sometimes there are internal forces. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes you sped up the music. Sometimes it's you that sped up the music. Sometimes it's you put the mirror up. You throwing ish at yourself. Sometimes it ain't even outside forces. Sometimes it's internal forces, right? Because these forces are comfortable. You know what I'm saying? These forces are comfortable where you are. Your friends are comfortable where you are. Your family's comfortable where you are. Your business partners are comfortable where you are. You are comfortable where you are. Sometimes there's such a comfort level of where you are. You know? And so you gotta get rid of negativity first and foremost, though. Right? You gotta, release negativity first and foremost. But then you also have to do this. You gotta push yourself.
You gotta push yourself. Extraordinary with your life.
Yep.
Stop asking yourself
what
the least you need to do is.
Yep.
And start asking yourself what's the most you can bear.
Yep.
Humans are capable of
thank you for the bad stuff.
Unbelievable things. But the reality is, the way that we get better is by going through a simple process of adaptation. But what triggers the adaptation is stressors. It's doing things that are difficult. It's pushing yourself into a state of adapt or die. The body
adapt or die.
Energy. So unless you put yourself in a state where the body absolutely feels like to survive, it must adapt, you're never going to change. And that's why only the most elite people end up achieving at the highest level, because they take the time to shape themselves. They put the energy into getting better. They're willing to suffer. They're willing to push through and persevere. But until
Blue 5 keys, all good.
To do
Let it flow. Let's go.
Until you're willing to stop
push past it,
what you can get away with, and start asking yourself, how far can I go?
How far can I go?
What am I capable of?
Yep.
And when your fascination becomes that, when you start wondering just how much am I capable of?
How much are you
everything
capable of?
To achieve excites you to push harder
Yup.
and go farther and do more and bear more weight. Then all of a sudden you really can begin to surpass other people. But it takes a total shift of your mindset. You've got to be obsessed with just how far you can go. You
gotta be obsessed.
Obsessed with finding your breaking point.
Yep.
And then pushing beyond that.
Push
is
beyond
how you
it.
Really begin to take
Yep.
advantage of the adaptation process. That's how you begin to improve. That's how you begin to build your body and
Yep.
build your mind. Is to
Yep.
push beyond
Push
your comfort zone.
beyond your
That
comfort.
is how you get great. At the end of the day, nobody sat their way to greatness. Nobody
Yep.
sat back and relaxed and became extraordinary. The
Nah, it
only
don't happen
people
that
who
way.
really achieve, the only way that humans are able to do the extraordinary things that we're able to do is by going to that breaking point and then beyond. But you have to find something in there that you want that badly. There's no way to just do it. You've got to find something in you that you believe in so much that you're willing to push yourself that hard. So
Yep.
you've got to construct a story about not only who you are, but what you can become. And
Yep.
when that narrative is so compelling that it pushes you forward,
Pushes you forward.
then you will have the kind of change that you want in your life. But first, you have to believe that you can do it.
You gotta
You've got
believe,
to put
though.
yourself out there. You've got to grind and work.
You gotta
And
grind
to
and work.
do that, to work that hard, to make those kinds of changes, you've got to be willing to test yourself.
You gotta be willing
You've
to
got
test
to be
yourself.
willing to look inside yourself and find out who you really are. You've got to be willing to stare nakedly at your inadequacies and be willing to push through them.
Dr.
You can't
Nancy
pretend.
Salute.
You've got to really look at your results and see if you're making the progress that you want to make. And that's where a lot of people fail. They lie to themselves. They want to get away with something. They want
Yeah.
to see if anybody's looking. But the reality is the only thing that matters in this life.
In this life,
What do you think about yourself?
what do you think about yourself
when you're by yourself?
when you by yourself?
You're
Bar.
campaigning.
Bar.
There's no convincing anybody. There's only the credibility that you've either earned with yourself or
Hey, yo.
not.
Hey, yo, are you earning the credibility with yourself? Are you afraid to get to that next level because you haven't earned the credibility with yourself? You scared to go to the next level because you don't know what you'll do at that next level because you haven't built the credibility with yourself. It ain't the haters. Ain't nobody coming at you. You are attracting the monsters, the demons, the haters because you haven't built credibility with yourself. And because you haven't built credibility with yourself, you don't trust yourself to get to the next level, so you don't allow yourself to win. You allow these obstacles to stop you. You allow the people to get in your way. You allow excuses to happen so that you don't experience the next level because you don't trust yourself. You don't know what you're going to do at that next level.
And the hard truth is that self-worth comes from doing something worthy. It comes from the hard things. It comes from the suffering. It comes from persevering when things get difficult, to know what you want and to stay that course even when everything else is trying to knock you off. So build that thing in your life.
In your
build
life,
that
build it.
belief. Know that
Build
you
it.
can do it and be willing to go
Build
through
it.
hell to get to the other side, to get to the person that you were always meant to be. It won't be easy, but it sure as hell is possible. We all need a word of encouragement from time to time. So I want this to be that word. So let me tell you what I know. You can change. No matter what you think of yourself, humans are designed to change. That's what we do. But you have to put yourself underneath tremendous stress in order to trigger that adaptation response. But if you know what direction you want to move in, if you know what you want to become, you can change into that. And so holding on to the fears and the doubts and the worries, they're not serving you. And
They're not serving
looping
you.
around that mentally and wondering if you're going to make it and practicing mentally how you would deal with the failure, how you would justify it to people. All of that is stopping you from
Stopping
doing
you.
the one thing that actually
The one
will
thing.
work. Trying,
Yeah.
practicing, training,
Yep.
falling down.
Yep.
Those are the very things you need to do. The very simple act
Simple.
of taking action.
Just take action.
That's the thing that you have to focus on. If you do that, then you'll be able to trigger your ability to change. So I don't need you to believe that you're capable of something extraordinary now. And I know in your heart you have that dream.
You got the
You have
dream.
that small flicker of a belief that you can do it. That if you just tried, that you could figure it out.
Just
And
do
that's
it.
what I want you to focus on. You could figure it out. Not that you already know how to do it. I fully accept that you don't.
You probably don't know how to do it, but
Most
try
of the
it.
things that I want to do with my life and will go on to do,
Yep.
I'm not yet capable of.
Yep.
But I so
not-
believe in
you're
the
probably not
human
capable.
ability to
Go on.
change, not even something that's unique to myself, just the human ability to change. That if I simply walk that path of doing, of trying, of failing, and learning, that on a long enough timeline, I will win.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you're thinking about doing right now, I want to be that voice in your head that says you can do it.
You can do it.
Maybe not today. You can do it. You can become capable of that thing that you want, that you so dream about, that would give you that sense of self-pride that you want, that you hunger for. And I will say this, be proud,
It's
even
time
if
to
you
do it.
never reach it, as long as you try.
Yeah.
So go out right now, stop this, stop listening to this, stop whatever you're doing and get out there and try. Do it and remember that it is a process of adaptation. And to go through that process, you must get under stress.
Yep.
It's the only way that you'll grow. But you can do it. You can grow. You can become
Yep.
whatever you want.
You can become whatever you want.
No one will ever hate you with the intensity that you can hate yourself.
Oh.
And that's why you absolutely must take the time to build your self-worth.
Build your self-worth.
And I really wish that building your self-worth was simply as easy as repeating to yourself that you love yourself. But it's not. The reality is, if you want to love yourself, you have to do something that is worthy of that love. You have to do something that you believe in. You have to find a way to build credibility with yourself, to tell yourself you're going to do something and know that you're actually,
gonna do
to
it.
see it through.
Hey.
The reality is we're all watching ourselves all the time. We know how we behave. And so you really have to think about that. I want it to be enough. I want it to be enough that you exist and that you're going to be okay simply because you are. But the reality is we don't look at life like that, and we do judge ourselves, and we do think about whether or not we're following through on the things that we said we were going to do. And it's okay to start small. It's okay not to have a grand dream. It's okay not to be able to do that yet. It is very okay not to be extraordinary. You don't need that to love yourself. But what you do need is purpose. What you do need is to take that time to define what is it that you're trying to do with your life? Why do you matter? What is it that you're going to be able to bring to yourself and to the world? And it doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. It has to be something that's true to you. It has to be something that you're willing to commit to. And once you're willing to commit to it, to put in the energy every day to get up and pursue that thing. And again, this is not me. I'm not judging you. I can really tell you, I love you. And it's enough that you just exist. But I know.
Wait, hold on. You know I gotta listen to the people.
Liquid means rewind. Gunshot means forward. You requested it, so we rewind. Reggae and motivation combined. That's inspiration on another level. Mind Right Radio. Elevate your mind. You elevate your life.
If you want to do something extraordinary with your life, stop asking yourself what the least you need to do is, and start asking yourself, what's the most you can bear? Humans are capable of truly unbelievable things, but the reality is, the way that we get better is by going through a simple process of adaptation. But what triggers the adaptation is stressors. It's doing things that are difficult. It's pushing yourself into a state of adapt or die. The body wants to conserve energy. So unless you put yourself in a state where the body absolutely feels like to survive, it must adapt, you're never going to change. And that's why only the most elite people end up achieving at the highest level, because they take the time to shape themselves. They put the energy into getting better. They're willing to suffer. They're willing to push through and persevere. But until you're willing to do that, until you're willing to stop asking yourself what you can get away with and start asking yourself, how far can I go? Just how much am I capable of? And when your fascination becomes that, when you start wondering just how much am I capable of, and every level that you achieve excites you to push harder and go farther and do more and bear more weight, then all of a sudden you really can begin to surpass other people. But it takes a total shift of your mindset. You've got to be obsessed with just how far you can go. You have to be obsessed with finding your breaking point and then pushing beyond that. That is how you really begin to take advantage of the adaptation process. That's how you begin to improve. That's how you begin to build your body and build your mind, is to push beyond your comfort zone. That is how you get great. At the end of the day, nobody sat their way to greatness. Nobody sat back and relaxed and became extraordinary. The only people who really achieve, the only way that humans are able to do the extraordinary things that we're able to do, is by going to that breaking point and then beyond. But you have to find something in there that you want that badly. There's no way to just do it. You've got to find something in you that you believe in so much that you're willing to push yourself that hard. So you've got to construct a story about not only who you are, but what you can become. And when that narrative is so compelling that it pushes you forward, then you will have the kind of change that you want in your life. But first, you have to believe that you can do it. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to grind and work. But to do that, to work that hard, to make those kinds of changes, you've got to be willing to test yourself. You've got to be willing to look inside yourself and find out who you really are. You've got to be willing to stare nakedly at your inadequacies and be willing to push through them. You can't pretend. You've got to really look at the results and see if you're making the progress that you want to make. And that's where a lot of people fail. They lie to themselves. They want to get away with something. They want to see if anybody's looking. But the reality is the only thing that matters in this life. What do you think about yourself?
What do you think about yourself? When you buy yourself.
There's no campaigning. There's no convincing anybody.
Yeah.
There's only the credibility that you've either earned with yourself or not. And the hard truth is that self-worth comes from doing something worthy. It comes from the hard things. It comes from the suffering. It comes from persevering when things get difficult, to know what you want and to stay that course even when everything else is trying to knock you off. So build that thing in your life, build that belief, know that you can do it and be willing to go through hell to get to the other side, to get to the person that you were always meant to be. It won't be easy, but it sure as hell is possible.
Yeah.
We all need a word of encouragement from time to time. So I want this to be that word. So let me tell you what I know. You can change. No matter what you think of yourself, humans are designed to change. That's what we do. But you have to put yourself underneath tremendous stress in order to trigger that adaptation response. But if you know what direction you want to move in, if you know what you want to become, you can change into that. And so holding on to the fears and the doubts and the worries, they're not serving you, and looping around that mentally and wondering if you're going to make it and practicing mentally how you would deal with the failure, how you would justify it to people. All of that is stopping you from doing the one thing that actually will work. Trying, practicing, training, falling down. Those are the very things you need to do. The very simple act of taking action. That's the thing that you have to focus on. If you do that, then you'll be able to trigger your ability to change. So I don't need you to believe that you're capable of something extraordinary now. And I know in your heart you have that dream. You have that small flicker of a belief that you can do it. That if you just try, that you could figure it out. And that's what I want you to focus on. You could figure it out. Not that you already know how to do it. I fully accept that you don't. I fully accept that most of the things that I want to do with my life and will go on to do, I'm not yet capable of. But I so believe in the human ability to change, not even something that's unique to myself, just the human ability to change. That if I simply walk that path of doing, of trying, of failing and learning, that on a long enough timeline, I will win. So whatever it is that you're thinking about doing right now, I want to be that voice in your head that says you can do it.
You can do it.
Maybe not today.
Maybe not today.
You can do it.
But
You can become capable of that thing that you want, that you so dream about, that would give you that sense of self-pride that you want, that you hunger for.
Yep.
And I will say this, be proud. Even if you never reach it,
Yo, be proud.
as long as you try.
As long as you try, as long as you give it a
right now,
shot.
stop this, stop listening to this, stop whatever you're doing and get out there and try. Do it and remember that it is a process of adaptation. And to go through that process, you must get under stress. It's the only way that you'll grow. But you can do it. You can grow. You can become whatever you want. No one will ever hate you with the intensity that you can hate yourself. And that's why you absolutely must take the time to build your self-worth. And I really wish that building your self-worth was simply as easy as repeating to yourself that you love yourself. But it's not. The reality is, if you want to love yourself, you have to do something that is worthy of that love. You have to do something that you believe in. You have to find a way to build credibility with yourself, to tell yourself you're going to do something and know that you're actually going to see it through. The reality is we're all watching ourselves all the time. We know how we behave. And so you really have to think about that. I want it to be enough that you exist and that you're going to be okay simply because you are. But the reality is we don't look at life like that, and we do judge ourselves, and we do think about whether or not we're following through on the things that we said we were going to do. And it's okay to start small. It's okay not to have a grand dream. It's okay not to be able to do that yet. It is very okay not to be extraordinary. You don't need that to love yourself. But what you do need is purpose. What you do need is to take that time to define what is it that you're trying to do with your life.
What is it?
Why do you matter?
Why do you matter?
What is it that you're going to be able to bring to yourself and to the world? And it doesn't have to be big.
Yep.
It just has to be real. It has to be something that's true to you. It has to be something that you're willing to commit to.
Yep.
And once you're willing to commit to it, to put in the energy every day to get up and pursue that thing. And again, this is not me. I'm not judging you. I can really tell you, I love you. And it's enough.
You're showing out. Appreciate the badge love.
But I know that in your head, in all of our heads, is a voice that says that just isn't true.
Yeah.
And so to connect with ourselves and to find that meaning and to develop it, to create meaning in our lives, we have to set an intention.
Gotta set an intention.
Have to pursue that intention. Start small. Know what you want. Get out of bed. Get after it. Set rules for yourself. Follow those rules.
Follow those rules.
Start doing those
set rules for yourself, though.
And again, they don't
follow your rules.
But once you start setting a rule, having an intention, following your rules, building towards that intention, suddenly you're going to earn that credibility with yourself.
Yeah, earn the credibility.
All of a sudden, no matter what anybody says to you, and they are going to say negative things. They're going to say things after you. That is just a reality of life. But you are impervious to that. If you have built within you belief that you are worthy.
Believe that you are worthy.
You take small steps every day.
Every day.
To do something.
That means something to you.
It doesn't matter what other people think. But it matters a lot what you think about yourself.
It matters what you think about yourself.
So every day, earn that worth.
Totally appreciate the badge up.
Hey, what's the man right now? Mind Right Radio.
Hey, yo.
Elevate your mind. Elevate your life.
Hey, yo, you got to build credibility with yourself, right? You got to create, you don't got to create rules. You ain't got to create rules that other people go by. I'm saying create a rule for yourself and then follow through with the rule that you created for yourself, right? Because you know what I'm saying? Like we are our biggest obstacles, right? We are standing in our way. Ain't no, people are gonna talk. They're gonna say what they want to say. They're gonna talk. But do you listen? Do you listen? Do you allow their opinions to stop you? Do you allow their opinions to, you gotta build credibility with yourself.
If the lion is the king of the jungle,
If the lion's the king of the
How
jungle,
can he be the king of the jungle
how can he be the king of the jungle?
if he's not the biggest?
He's not the biggest.
The elephant is probably one.
The elephant is the biggest.
He can't be the fastest. 'cause that's-
Cannot be the fastest because the cheetah's the
He
fastest.
can't be the smartest.
He's not the smartest.
So he's not the biggest.
He's not the
fastest,
biggest,
or the
fastest, or
smartest.
smartest. He's
So
the
how
king.
does the lion become the king of the jungle?
How become the king of the jungle?
His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant.
Mentality.
When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks
He
lunch.
thinks lunch.
The elephant thinks run.
Oh.
And it's all mentality.
Oh.
Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas,
Hyenas, huh?
but I'm king
I'm king
of my jungle.
of my jungle. Nobody else jungle. My jungle.
Eagle ever sees a bird flying at the same altitude
Yup.
that he's flying at, it must be another eagle. It must be another eagle.
It must be another eagle.
Because pigeons don't fly at the altitudes of eagles.
Yup.
And if you find yourself flying with pigeons, you may be flying too low.
Oh. Oh, wait, hold on, Ray. Hold on, Ray. Hold on, Ray. Say that. Hold on, Ray. You got to say that again. I don't think they heard that. I don't think they heard that.
Go bring that back. Hip hop motivation on another level. Mind Right Radio. Elevate your mind. You elevate your life.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. The elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality. If an eagle ever sees a bird flying at the same altitude that he's flying at, it must be another eagle. It must be another eagle. Because pigeons don't fly the altitudes of eagles. And if you find yourself flying with pigeons, you may be flying too low. So you show me your crowd, I'll show you your future. You show me where you're really trying to go in life, I'll tell you what eagles you need to go research. Push through pain enough, and there's glory on the other side.
Oh.
But you got to get through it.
I get through it.
Sometimes getting through it is coming out your comfort zone.
Getting out your comfort zone.
See, sometimes we're so comfortable now, right? There's a bunch of people sitting in this line right now. We didn't have followers. We didn't have nobody encouraging us. We didn't have people to go on Instagram and look at. All we had to do was get up every day and go back to work and start all over again.
Yep.
And the only approval was self-approval.
Only approval is self-approval.
Everybody wants to be a millionaire.
Yep.
Everybody wants to live in a certain neighborhood.
Yep.
Everybody wants to be the top of the top. Everybody wants to be phenomenal until it's time to do what phenomenal does. Everybody. I told you that's why I'm not afraid. I'm not scared that some kid's gonna take my spot. If he does, he's gonna have to do it with sweat. He's gonna have to do it with tears. He's gonna have to do it with blood. He is going to have to get up at 2:30 in the morning. If he can get up every day at 2:30, he deserves to take my spot.
Yep.
Some people are taking your spot and they shouldn't take it, but because you're average, it's easy to take your spot. It's easy. It's easy to get to
I
a
just
place
felt that
before
in
you
my
get
bone.
there. It's easy to take that client before you get to him. It's easy. It's easy to beat you. Why? You average. It's easy to beat you. You're excited. You come to the conference. You listen to the stuff. You're excited. But let me tell you something. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do a beast. Turn the beast mode on. If you can take all this information and turn beast mode on, there's absolute. Look, see, I don't know what time it is. I'm not sure. I'm on a whole different time zone. I don't really know what's going on with my body and why my body is not getting the sleep that it's supposed to get. When One time I'm speaking at 9. Another time I'm speaking at 8:30 at night. Another time I'm signing books at 9 p.m. I don't care about the time. My body does not go with the time. I teach my body. You adjust to the engagement. You adjust to the gig. You adjust to the presentation. You adjust to the people. Why? You're not average. You beast mode.
Beast mode.
So I don't care about what time it is. I have an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm in Australia. Every single time, I don't care if it's Melbourne, I don't care if it's Brisbane, I don't care if it's Sydney, whatever it is, and whatever it is, I've got to be in beast mode. Why? Because if I'm not in beast mode, Glenn's not bringing me back. I have to be in beast mode 24/7. And your problem is, you're like a university class. You're on beast mode Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday, Thursday, beast mode. Beast mode, 10 a.m. to 12. Beast mode, 1 to 5. I challenge you. I challenge you to make up the gap. I challenge you to go from average. I challenge you to go from good. I challenge you to go from great. And I challenge you to be phenomenal. I challenge you to live in beast mode. Because beast mode makes more money than average does.
Yeah.
Period.
Where you guys are, everybody's gonna be trying to give 100. So you gotta go 120, right? When I tell you motivation is life, when I tell you that I need you to, next 100 days, I need you to stay plugged in.
Next 100 days!
Right? Because the days you're not plugged in are the days you don't get 120.
Yeah.
They say an alligator is so
88
to kill a lion. But I can kill
88 days!
With my bare hands. Little E.T. how? They say when you want to kill an alligator, you kill it right after it eats.
Wait, catch this bar. Yo, if you want to kill an alligator, kill the alligator right after it eats.
Because right after it eats, you get satisfied. It goes to a state like it's almost paralyzed. Some of y'all in this room, when you paralyzed, you had a little success.
Oh, you got a little success?
Nobody else in your family has done it. Now you chilling.
Now you chilling?
Come on, you ain't hungry no more.
You ain't hungry no more?
Next 100, I need you to stay focused.
Next 88 days, I need you to stay focused.
What have you eaten that got you satisfied?
What?
What have you done? What have you accomplished that got you so full? I'm a contender, but the next 100 gonna change my life. It's gonna change this world. We're ordinary people doing extraordinary things. If that's you and you feeling me, just say I can.
I can.
Come on, I can.
I can.
I can. Come on, one time.
I can.
I will.
I will.
Yep, I must.
I must.
So I just need to think about 3 people in your family that you love. 3 people. 3 people that you love. 3 people. You got them? They there? You got them? This is what I need you to do for me. Because some of you have a hard time staying motivated for a straight 100 days. So what I need you to do for me is I need you to think about those people every day when you're doing what you do. You have some days where you just want to hit the snooze button, raise your hand for me. You want to hit the snooze button, right? So watch this. This is what has to happen. That person that you think about has to be louder than the snooze button. So when you think about Granny, you gotta think about, do I hit the snooze button or do I get up and make it happen for Granny? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Who you doing this for?
Who you doing it for?
The days you don't feel like getting up, just think about them. Somebody tell me in this room, when you think about your siblings, when you think about mom and dad and grandma, when you think about your uncle and aunts, when you think about those coaches, those people who've been there for you, just raise your hand if you said, E.T., sleep is better than that. Just raise your hand and tell me, anybody in the room, sleep is better than them, E? Raise your hand, somebody tell me, E.T., you don't get it, you don't know how hard it is, E? I probably don't. I just lived in the abandoned building. Hey, I trashed there, I probably don't. Maybe I ain't never been through what you've been through, but I've been through my go-through. You don't get here by quitting when you're tired.
Yep.
You get here by quitting when you finish.
No.
When you're done.
Oh.
You don't stop when you're tired. You
Yep.
stop when you're done.
Yep.
You stop when you complete it. You
Yep.
execute it. Execution is worship.
Execution
and
is
so
worship.
I execute for my mom. I execute for my grandma. I execute for my sister. I execute for those kids in the hood who looking for a role model. That's why I wear the hat. With a PhD, that's why I wear the J's. So when the kids in the hood look at me, they say, if E.T. can do it, I can do it. That's why I can't quit and give up, even though I get tired just like everybody else. Why? Because this is what I do. This is my leg. This is your leg. You gotta murder it. So when I ask you, you got energy, don't play with me. When I say again, you got that energy for the next 100 days, I need to feel your soul in this room.
Feel it?
I can?
I can.
Come on, I can?
I can.
Come on, I can.
I can. I will. I must. I can. I will. I must.
Bring that back. Hip hop motivation on another level. Mind Right Radio. Elevate
Salute
your
NY
life.
Golden.
You elevate your life.
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know, this how I woke up. This how I feel it in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling that in my heart. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for allowing me to tap in, tune in. Yeah, let's 88 days. We got 88 days to keep applying pressure. 88 days to keep applying pressure. Set those rules with yourself. Build credibility with yourself. Appreciate the badge, love. 30 badges today. MS Edith, I appreciate the and more Mindy. I appreciate the cash apps. Ramaya Trash, thank you for the badge. Oh, let me throw the beat on. Let me throw the beat on. Ramaya Trash, thank you for the badge, love. Victories within the mouth. Digital Glow. Japan is in the building. Thank you for the badge, love. Panther and Graphics, thank you for the badge, love. It's A-Lo, thank you for the badge, love. Patrick Watkins, thank you for the badge, love. Major Grind Mark, thank you for the badge, love. Dispatch Help, thank you for the badge, love. Give Me My Flowers, thank you for the badge, love. I'm JP Rich, thank you for the badge, love 3 times. Mr. Real Estate, thank you for the badge, love. Miss Tiff, thank you for the badge, love. This Queen Mill Preps, thank you for the badge, love. Dr. Mansa Musa, thank you for the badge, love. The Only MJ, thank you for the badge, love. NL Publishing Services, thank you for the badge, love. Stress Less, Live Better, thank you for the badge, love. Sandra 78, thank you for the badge, love. The Don Oliver, thank you for the badge, love. Queen Sis, she is Tony Jefferson. Appreciate the badge, love. Laquita, the Manifestation Queen, thank you for the badge, love. Stay Fly LA, thank you for the badge, love. Butterfly Thought, thank you for the badge, love. Blue Fly, Blue 5 Keys, thank you for the badge, love 8 times. I appreciate you. Bougie for Beauty, thank you for the badge, love. Thank you, I appreciate you. Salute, 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 salute. After party, Reminder Trash is in the building. DeGraff, the Legacy Connect, appreciate the badge, love. Big Own, Big Beast, appreciate the badge, love. All right, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in. The Ash Cash Show every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you go to the AshCashShow.com. Subscribe to the podcast. Go to AshCashTV.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Keep being great. 88 days, y'all. You got 88 days. Max it out. Leave it all, empty the bucket. Leave it all on the table, y'all. All right, peace.
I'm talking about wet. Money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
We can talk, but money talk, so talk more.
Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, show.